All right, guys, I just been making a quick video on this. A friend of mine wanted me to mount the red dot on a P365, and I really haven't had a lot of experience with these guns, but I found something really interesting about this gun. I don't know if it's with all of them or if it's just this series. This is the Legion series. Comes with the 17 round magazine, so it is the larger frame, and it is an all aluminum frame. But I found something interesting that if you, and it's empty, if you pull the trigger on this guy and then you rack the slide back, it's pretty stiff, because it's a short barreled firearm. You want it to be stiff. But I figured out that if you hold the trigger down and then rack it, it's just extremely hard. It's about 2 or 3 times the amount of force that you need to do it when you don't have the trigger pulled. So don't have the trigger pulled. It's pretty easy. Have the trigger pulled. Man, it's a lot of effort. And so what that means is that when you fire this gun, there is a delaying mechanism inside the gun itself. I wanted to see where this was, so I went ahead and I'll pop this open for you guys and show you exactly where it is. All right, so on this side, you see this little doohickey right here. And when the slide comes back, it impinges on this. And when I don't have the trigger pulled, you can see that it actually goes down pretty easily. And I believe that's connected to the trigger bar. But when I have the trigger pulled, and then I try and do the same thing, I can't get it with my knife. But that's the thing the slide is actually impinging on when you have the trigger pulled. And when you pull the trigger, there's a lag time from the time where you release it. So you will have the trigger depressed when the slide starts to move rearward. And early on these guns, they had a problem with, I think it's firing pin wipe or firing pin or primer pocket wipe. And that's because the firing pin was extended into the cartridge as the barrel actually started camming down. And you can break firing pins fairly easily when you do that. So what I think Sig did is they put that mechanism in there to kind of mechanically delay the slide. This guy back together, but it mechanically delays the slide so that the gun won't. Okay, there we go. But it mechanically delays the slide, and I find that very interesting because it's right here, and you'll see it kind of press down. The slide will press it down, and of course it does that more internally in here when I have the slide on. There we go. So I just found that really interesting, that it's just extremely hard to rack with the trigger pulled. And it's that mechanical delay mechanism, and it probably helps with firing pin protrusion and possibly firing pin breaking on the inside of the primer pocket before the bullet exits the barrel. So I don't know if that's the same with all the 365s or if it's just with this one, the Legion series, whatnot. So I'll be interested in, I'm going to check out some other 365s as I see them and see if they are incorporating that. And I kind of wonder if that is something that changed from generation to generation. So that's it.